Hi children, welcome back. I hope you are doing good. Be safe. In the previous video, we have learnt a wonderful poem that is The Ant and the Cricket, which is adopted from Aesop's fables. In this video, we are going to learn poem comprehension, figure of speech and summary of the same. Well, the poem is beautifully penned down by the poet. It teaches less and guides more. I would like to give a short recap of the previous session. In this narrative poem, the poet brings out the idea of hard work and planning that is essential for every creature. The poem is about a wise, hard-working ant and a careless, lazy cricket. The cricket was young and silly. It enjoyed singing all summer and spring, not worrying about the future. It did not plan anything for the future. It did not plan for the winter. During winter, the cricket was suffering from lack of food and warm shelter. It was unable to bear the cold and wet weather. But the ant worked hard and saved food in summer. It enjoyed the winter. The cricket pleaded the miserly ant for grains and shelter. But the ant made it clear that ants never borrow or lend. The ant refused to lend food and closed its small gate. It could not tolerate the careless, lazy cricket and drove it away. Finally, the poet indicates that there are some two-legged crickets in this world which are human. He wants such people to work hard and plan for future. So the poet emphasizes, make hay while the sun shines. Let me read the poem before learning poem comprehension, figure of speech and summary. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. He began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me, at last by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. Away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain he wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow, says the ant to the cricket. I am your servant and friend. But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay anything by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable. I will warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So let me tell you overall the figure of speech employed in this poem, that is alliteration. We can find rhyme scheme, rhyming words, personification. In the whole poem, the poet has attributed human character to the cricket and the ant. So, The figure of speech employed in this poem is personification, metaphor, alliteration. So these are all the figure of speech is employed in this poem. Now let us see the alliterated words. So what is the alliteration? I told you many times. The use of same beginning consonant sound in a line or verse. Silly, sing. Here S sound is alliterated. Sunny, summer. S sound is alliterated. Cupboard, come. C sound is alliterated. That is C can be pronounced as come. Cupboard. So likewise, when, whether, W sound is alliterated. Starvation, sorrow. S sound is alliterated. Folk, fable. F sound is alliterated. And let us see the rhyming words in this poem. Bold, cold. These two words sound similar. And grand. These two words sound similar. So these are the examples for rhyming words. Bold, cold and grand. Likewise, rain, grain, borrow, tomorrow. The rhyming words employed in the second stanza are rain, grain, borrow, tomorrow. What is the rhyme scheme employed in first stanza? Me, bold, cold and grand. So just because bold, cold rhymes similar and grand rhymes similar, so let me signify bold, cold with the letter A and grand with the letter B. So the rhyme scheme employed here is A, B, B, C, C, C. A, B, B, C, C. Likewise, rain, grain. So rain, grain both sound similar. So it is signified with the letter A. Borrow, tomorrow with letter B. So A, B, B. Likewise, in the first stanza, sing spring. So sing spring we can signify with the letter A. Home, comb with the home come. With the letter B. So the rhyme scheme employed here is A, B, B. Likewise, found ground. Both sound similar. So A and C tree. These two words sound similar. So B, B. So A, B, B is the rhyme scheme for second stanza. So this one I told you. And in this stanza, that is light night gay say. So light night sounds similar. So we have to signify these two words with the letter A and gay say with the letter B. So the rhyme scheme employed here is A, B, B, B. Likewise, for the last stanza, first line away. The next two lines wicket, cricket, both sound similar. True, too sounds similar. So the rhyme scheme employed here is A, B, B, C, C. And figure of speech employed in the first line, that is a silly young cricket, is personification. Why we say that it is personification? Personification means giving a human trait. Trait means character to something non-human. So, which is an animal or an object. For example, cricket is an insect. So, we have attributed, the poet has attributed that character to a cricket. So, a silly young cricket, silly young can be referred to humans, human character. So, it is employed to cricket. So, what figure of speech is employed in the first line is personification. Likewise, miserly ant. So, here again, human character is given to, attributed to an ant. So, this is also an example for personification. What figure of speech is employed in the fourth line of this stanza means it is personification. Likewise, see the last line, that is some have two. So, again the some have two It refers to the cricket, two-legged cricket, in the sense only who will have two legs, that is human. So again human character is attributed to cricket. So it is personification. Even here cricket is compared to human. Lazy cricket is compared to two-legged human. So we can employ even the figure of speech employed here is metaphor. And we have repeated lines, that is, for all nature looked gay. For all nature looked gay. So this is an example for repetition. The figure of speech employed in these two lines is repetition. Next, poem comprehension. As I told you, I have given the weightage of mark for poem in 10th standard Samachir Kalvi English question paper, that is 21 marks is allocated. That is for poem comprehension 6 marks. The weightage of marks for poem comprehension is 6, which is given in section 2 under part 2 section 2 question number 19, 20, 21, 22. Among 4 it is enough to write 3. You can choose 3 among 4. And each question carries 2 marks, so totally 6 marks. Let me read the question. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring. What is the meaning of gay? It is joyful, glad. And accustomed to, used to. Here 2 questions are given. These are the textbook questions. What was the routine of the cricket? The cricket enjoyed singing in the warm weather of the spring and summer. This was the routine of cricket. What is routine? Daily activity of the cricket. Name the seasons mentioned here. So answer is given in the question itself. Look at the lines, poetic lines, read the poetic lines, identify the seasons, summer and spring. So that is the answer, summer and spring. Next, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Who does he refer to? He refers to the cricket. Why was his cupboard empty? Cricket's cupboard was empty because cricket did not save any food grains for the winter. So even in the previous 2 lines, few more questions can be asked. What are they means? They are, what is cricket in this poem? Is the cricket bat? No. It is a brown or black insect related to the grasshopper but with shorter legs. What is the nature of the cricket? The cricket is young and silly. So as I told you, what is the meaning of silly? Foolish. And as I told you, what is the meaning of gay? It is joyful, glad. How was the weather? The weather was warm. Okay, so these are the questions which can be asked. Next, who does he refers to? He refers to the cricket. Why was his cupboard empty? Cricket's cupboard was empty because cricket did not save any food grains for the winter. What does crumb mean? Who made complaints? Still questions can be asked in this before moving into the next 2 lines. Who makes complaints? Who make complaints? Cricket makes complaint. Okay. Not a crumb to be found on snow-covered ground. What couldn't he find on the ground? He could not find any trace of food or grains on the ground. Why was the ground covered with snow? The ground was covered with snow because of winter season. Because of winter season. Please take down this one, children. And what does crumb mean? Crumb means a piece of bread. What does the phrase, the snow-covered ground mean? The phrase, the snow-covered ground means the weather was cold and snowy. How was the winter described here? The winter is described as a season with snow on ground and no flowers and leaves on the trees. How can you say that the season is winter? By identifying the phrase, that is the snow-covered ground. By identifying the phrase, the snow-covered ground. Okay? Next. At last, by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. What made the cricket bold? Starvation and famine made the cricket bold. Why did the cricket drip and tremble? The cricket was dripped with wet and trembled with cold because it was what season? Winter season. Because of winter season, the cricket was dripped with wet and trembled with cold because it was winter season. At last, by starvation. What is the meaning of starvation? What made the cricket bold? Starvation and famine. What is starvation? Dying of hunger. What is famine? Scarcity of food. What is famine? Scarcity of food. Who is starving here? Cricket. Cricket, the insect cricket is starving. Away he set off to a miserly ant to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. Whom did the cricket want to meet? Why? The cricket wanted to meet a miserly ant to shelter from rain and borrow food grains from it. What would keep him alive? Shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain would keep him alive. Is the cricket happy? No, the cricket is not happy. What kind of ant is? Ant is a miserly ant. It is a miserly ant. Next. But we ants never borrow. We ants never lend. So children, please take down. Why do you think ants never borrow or lend? Ants work hard and always plan for the future. So ants neither borrow nor lend. Who says these lines to whom? The ant says these lines to the cricket. Not I, my heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. Who does I refer to? I refers to the cricket. What was the nature of the cricket? How do you know? The nature of the cricket was to enjoy dancing and singing during summer and spring. We know this from the way it spent in summer, that is in stanza 1, and it replies to the how it replied to the ant, that is in stanza 7. So please take down this, children. Next question. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. The ant refused to help the cricket. Why? The ant refused to help the cricket because it spent the whole summer and spring by singing and dancing. The ant could not tolerate the laziness of the cricket. He never wants the ant to be idle. Explain the second line. That is, what is the second line? And out of the door turned the poor little cricket. The ant stopped talking and closed its small gate. Hurriedly, he kicked off the cricket and knocked the door. That is the meaning of the second line. That is, it stopped talking. The ant kicked off the cricket and knocked the door hurriedly. Next. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow. He would repay it tomorrow. So, let us see the figure of speech. That is, pick out the rhyming words in the above lines. Borrow, tomorrow, rain, grain. Give more examples of rhyming words from the poem. Sing, spring, see, tree, rain, grain, friend, lend, home, come, borrow, tomorrow, sorrow, bold, cold, and grant, light, night, gay, say, found, ground. What is the rhyme scheme employed in these poetic lines? That is A, B, B. Rain, grain sounds similar, so those words are signified with the letter A, and next two lines sound similar, so it is signified with the letter B. So the rhyme scheme is A, B, B. So what is rhyme scheme? The rhyming pattern that is created at the end of lines of poetry. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece as white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. So here, which are the two words sound similar? Snow, go. So they are signified with the letter B. So the rhyme scheme for these poetic lines is A, B, C, B. If the poem does not have a rhyme scheme, it is considered to be a free verse poem. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. So, mentioned rhyme scheme employed in the above lines. Light, night sounds similar, so those two words are signified with the letter A. Gay, say sounds similar, so those two words are signified with the letter B. So the rhyme scheme employed in the above lines is A, B, B. Now let me tell you what is personification. Giving human qualities to animals or objects. So look at the tree. The trees danced back and forth in the wind. That is the line given here. Dancing is the quality of human being. But here it is attributed to a non-human, that is an object, that is a tree. So, what figure of speech employed here means it is personification. So, can you understand, children? Giving human qualities to animals or objects means it is personification. What is alliteration? The use of the same beginning consonant sound in a line or verse. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. So here, which sound is repeated? Which consonant sound is repeated means P sound. So it is alliteration. What figure of speech employed here means it is alliteration. What is metaphor? Metaphor is used for comparison. The comparison of two unlike things using words such as is or was, where, but here like, as will be hidden. The sun was a gleaming pearl. So here sun is compared to pearl. My baby brother is cute like teddy bear. So here brother is compared to teddy bear. My sister's memory is a camera that remembers everything we see. Her sister's memory is compared to a camera. The car seat is a fluffy cloud. So how was the car seat? the car seat was like a fluffy cloud. So, a car seat is compared to a fluffy cloud. Custard is happiness in a bowl. So, here custard is happiness in a bowl. So, here happiness is compared to custard. Mention the figure of speech employed in the below lines, that is, a silly young cricket accustomed to sing, away he set off to a miserly ant, if not he must die of starvation and sorrow. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So here are the poetic lines. That is, first one is the very first line in our poem, and so away he set off to a miserly ant. So this is also a poetic line. What figure of speech employed in these lines means, so first line, it is personification, because as I told you, silly, young, these are all the human characters which are attributed to the cricket. So what figure of speech employed here means personification. Likewise, who will be a miser? Only the humans. So human character is attributed to an ant. So it is personification. Likewise, starvation, sorrow, alliteration. Yes sound is alliterated, repeated, consonant consonant yes is repeated, so it is alliteration. And some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So again, here two-legged crickets means it is compared to human, so metaphor, and here a human character is attributed to a cricket. So who will have 2 legs? Only the human, but it is given to whom? The cricket. So it is an example for personification. Now let me summarize the summary of the poem, The Ant and the Cricket. In this narrative poem, the poet brings out the idea that is essential for every creature. He conveys this message to the readers through a story of an ant and a cricket. The ant spends all its summer saving for the future. The cricket sings and dances happily in the summer. He does not save anything for the winter. When winter comes, he is worried that his kitchen cupboard is empty. So he seeks the help of the ant to have some grains and a warm place to stay. The cricket was even prepared to repay it in the future. The ant made it clear that ants never borrow or lend. He also inquired the cricket if it had saved anything when the weather was fine. The cricket answered that it had sung day and night, enjoying the pleasant nature. The ant threw the cricket out and stated in stern voice it should dance in the winter season too. In his concluding lines, the poet affirms that this is not just a fable, but it is all true and applicable to human beings. Children, please take down. I'll give some time to take down. Please pause the video, and wherever you are supposed to take down, please take down and learn. So this poem gives the core message that we have to work hard today and definitely we will get benefited tomorrow. Hard work never fails. We have to make hay while the sun shines. Thank you, children.